Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Meta-Two AfterShow for NXT. I am Katrina, one of your hosts and creative and cat we trust. And the second half to my 20 twin, the best duo ever, Shay. How are you today?
This hat finally came, so that's why I'm wearing it. I'm gonna wear it for as much and as long as I possibly can because it took so long to get here because it was not Prime on Amazon. So yeah,
It's always rough when you get used to Prime and you're like, oh, it's regular shipping.
I'm afraid
And you
it's even
feel
gonna
like
make it to my house half the time. So I was scared.
that's the worst. You're like, oh, it's not 2 days, it's maybe 10 days. Guys,
Yeah.
totally understand. But we are happy to be here talking some NXT. What were your initial thoughts about NXT today?
So what I will say, it was not a bad show by any means. It was not bad, but I felt like it was a little turned down. I think I was so hyped up from last week because last week, again, as I said, and I will keep saying, one of the best NXT episodes of the new era, hands down. That episode was crazy. Like
Yeah.
chef's kiss. This one was a little turned down, but I understand every episode cannot be a winner. But she got a bronze medal though. She did.
The bronze. Yeah, no, I definitely feel you though. I do agree that last week was probably a lot more stuff happening.
Mhm.
Well, okay. I guess, he can't get it right every week, Sean.
But he know what he
So
gave it
there's
the old college try.
got in third place. Um, hey, Roderick, what is up? What is up? Thank you as always for being on, even with your shenanigans, because there'll be some. Um, so this, the first matchup we wind up getting, uh, was a matchup between Von Wagner and Robert Stone versus Oro Mensah and Nomdar. And so, like, this was an okay tag match. I do think that the crowd was pretty into it, but you also know but me personally, I'm just about Ron Wagner. I feel like that's my problem. Um, and so and while Robert got a couple of things happening because I do know he can wrestle somewhat, he kind of felt like he was more manager in this. And so I don't know. Uh, this started off with them attacking Meta-Four backstage, and they dragged Noam and Aura to the ring to kind of start this off. There were some moments that were pretty cool. I guess enough. Von Wagner did do a double choke slam. Uh, and then he did like I guess a splash. Almost got in there for a fall, but yeah, it was all right. I feel like in this regard, Jakara and Lash did kind of distract the referee, and Oro was able to do his chop block to get like a victory over this. Again, I don't know. I feel like I just like I said, I don't really like Von Wagner. Uh, and I guess making him be a babyface and trying to make him look appealing to the crowd is not working for me because I'm just not appealed by him. Nothing. I'm just like, whatever. But it was alright. But Meta-Four would take the win. What are your thoughts on this match?
As I said on Twitter, the right people won. Thank goodness. Yeah, I don't know. What it is with him is like, because I was noticing in this match, I see the progress in ring wise. I do see he's moving a little quick. I see it. But then that's never been my largest issue with him. Yes, the in ring was something I was like about, but my largest issue with him was the lack of character. And I can see they're trying very hard, doing all these little segments to like kind of warm him up, but it's just not working. Even like the way that they started when they attacked Noam, sneak attack. I'm not doing this today. I'm not about to do this with y'all today. I really am not. But I mean, yeah, it was a pretty okay match. I wouldn't say it's like a crazy match. I'm gonna be like, I need to go back on Peacock and watch it. No. But It wasn't terrible whatsoever. I'm just glad that the right people won, and I mean they can move on to whatever's next. Seems like they might have something with Lexus, but I guess we'll talk about that more, later into the show. You muted.
Sorry, my bad. Let's do it again. Lexus King did tease Von Wagner and Robert Stone about losing, and so I do think he's the next person that I guess they're gonna mess with him next. Hey, hey. And then the no quarter catch club warned them that they were coming for the Heritage Cup. So I guess we'll see what's gonna happen with that. But here we are, here we are, here we are. But yeah, in regards to that, we want Ron Wagner. We do not. Let's not put those shenanigans. Let's not even put those type of. Let's not put that negative energy in the air. It's a new week. Okay. Um. Next up was a match between Ridge Holland versus Gallus, and so I don't know how I felt honestly about this. Um. It was supposed to be like a gauntlet match, I believe, and so I think he's like solid in regards to like where like he's decent in ring work, but I don't know. Just if they're trying to make him do something more down here, I don't know. It's not working. I don't know what it is, but Ridge hit like a Northern Grit on the Wolf Gang to get like the first victory, and then Joe attacked him while Mark was the legal person, which caused disqualification. Gallus did try to press it again, but then he knocked all three of them out with some steel chairs, and the officials had to stop. And so, because of this, there was a second referee also at ringside to make sure there was no Gallus interference, but it kind of, you know, I guess, I don't know, like him even like after he did with the chairs, he seemed like real life he guess went a little bit overboard or whatever. But I don't know how I feel about his booking, honestly. It's just yeah, you got Gallus looking semi dangerous, I guess, but I don't know how I feel about what we're doing with him here. Like what was the purpose and what are they trying to do with him down here? But what do I know? But what are your thoughts on this matchup?
This could have been an email, is what I think of this matchup. Um, I don't know. I think I say this all the time. How I'm just not a fan of one person burying an entire team. So that just really irritates me so badly because why was he? Why? He beat them all up, leaves them laying. Like I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it because it does. What does Gallus gain from that? They don't gain anything. I don't like it. And then Ridge, like I can't. I have no patience for what have I done? Like, bro, you were not like possessed by venom or something. Like, this was you. Stop it. We're not doing this whole, I'm not. I can't. I can't be bothered with it. It's already killing me. And that entrance music, I can't. Between the entrance music, I've already had enough. And then you trying to play games like you don't know what you're doing. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely I'm definitely with you on that one. I this definitely could have been an email as saying this couldn't you know what, not even give me a text message. A text message that go to spam. So I won't even see text message. Those are the vibes. So at least on my phone I have it set that I don't even get those type of things. It goes right to the what you call it. Not gonna be me. But yeah, I agree. I don't know. Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. I just yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hey Corey. Um hmm, Whatever. I don't know. I'm not feeling Rich, but I didn't like Rich to be fair previously either. So it's like don't know if my opinion character in that regard because I really didn't really like him too much. There was also a segment where because JC Jane paid off the Chase U debt, so Andre was able to bring back the classroom for the spring semester, which I was just like, okay. I mean, is this what you? I guess back to class is what we're gonna do. I guess, but yeah. What are your thoughts about JC?
I still don't trust her, but keep doing you because I already see what's going on with her with the whole Thea and Riley thing. I already see the messiness going on in JC's eyes. I already know. So I'm not gonna give her 10s yet. I'm holding out. I am holding out for as long as I can. So I can be right. So let's wait and see when she finally turns.
I know Ron is the one who like seems to think she's a good friend. I used to see his posts, but I just think this is just the delusion land. But whatever. I'm just trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, not me. That's the vibes I'm on. But so this now brings us to our next matchup, which was Lola Vice versus Tatum Paxley. So yeah. Anyway, this Tatum, went out to fight Lola. This was an alright match. Lyra did come out during this matchup to kind of encourage Tatum, as it seemed like this was getting really bad for her. Tatum was able to kick out of a roundhouse kick and a spinning back fist, but she wound up tapping to Lola's head scissors choke. I don't know, I don't know how I feel about it being so basically, I will make whatever faces I will make. If you know nothing else, is what I do. Is what I do. But I don't know how I feel about it being a squash because again, if I'm supposed to buy that Tatum is supposed to be protecting Lyra in some way or whatever the case may be, you can't have her just getting beat up all the time. I won't even take that seriously. Now I can't take that seriously. Like usually when you have somebody, you think about like the crazy like story with Mickie James and Trish Stratus, where her being crazy, we knew she could wrestle. Like we knew that she could handle her own. Crazy part just kind of added to it, and so it's like or Victoria for that matter, when she played crazy, but she could wrestle, and so it worked. And so you can't be having. I don't know how I feel about having Tatum just like kind of be squashed for somebody who still needs a little bit more work. And I get that you guys like your Lola, and that is fine, but we gotta call a spade a spade. Okay, I expect when I'm saying something semi-crazy, yeah, look at me like, Katrina, not today. These are the vibes. She all right, but she needs some more work. And so having her go down like that so quick when she just like, I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. But it sounded like Tatum did try to get a little bit better when Lyra was out there, but again, it wasn't much of a match. I guessing we might get this as a team at some point. With two of them, but we'll see. After that, Lyra did carry her to the back. And so I was like, okay, I guess if that's what we're doing. And then also, Lyra and Shotzi would agree to an NXT Women's Championship match, which why? I just want to know how Shotzi just get back. Sometimes some things happen, I'm just like, I just want the reason behind it, guys, because how? But whatever. But what were your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a terrible match, but it was kind of short and it wasn't anything crazy. But what I will say is, I feel like while it was kind of a squash and Lola did have the control, I feel like Tatum still somehow was outshining her because every time I see Tatum in the ring, she adds something new to her repertoire. Like, she doesn't keep it the same. And I really like that because it shows that she's really thinking about it. She wants to add new moves. She wants to try new things. And she be executing them pretty good. Like, I can't fault her. When she did the flip over her to, like, release herself from the waist lock, I said, oh, okay. I wasn't familiar with your game, Tatum, but I am now, and I'm rocking with you, girl. I don't like it. Like, I get what you mean about like they keep having her kind of look weak and losing, and I don't really like that myself either. It's like there has to be a balance, and right now there isn't a balance. It's just straight her taking loss after loss, looking crazy. I mean, the regular crazy, of course, but like crazy, like as a competitor as well. So that's we can't do that. We can't do that. So we gotta switch it out. But I do like that Lyra is coming around. We love that. Enemies to lovers. We love that. Um, and Shotzi, I think they had like a tweeting war that same day. I think that's why they ended up having a match. I love Shotzi. Like I can't. I just think she is just divine. Like she's stunning. Her vibe, her energy is like it's just so. I love her. So I'm always happy to see Shotzi, and I'm excited to see this match. Hey, it's a good filler until we figure out what's going on, at Stand and Deliver for Lyra at this point. Right now, I don't know who it could be. There are a few viable people, and we'll get into that later in the show because there are other people I want to speak about. Yes, and Shotzi has balls. I loved it. I loved it.
Don't get me wrong, I like Shotzi too, but every time when I just see random matches, I'm like, oh, all right, I guess. Like, I think that's what it is. I like her, but I'm just like, well, how did we get here? Apparently, speaking of Shotzi, Roxanne did feel away about this, and then Ren tried to calm her down, but got punched in the mouth. Personally, I know she just got there, not punching me in the mouth, and nothing happened. I feel like Cody number 2. You just let people slap you up and you just get over regular. Like, not me. You can't be getting slapped up and beat up and just letting it happen. You gotta defend or something. I was like, somebody else in WWE just getting slapped. Yeah, I know about you that whole she just getting started. We'll see. Okay, that happened up yuckly too soon for me. But yeah, it's alright. I guess Next up, we had a matchup between Jada Parker and Adriana Rizzo. And so Adriana did promise the family that she had the fight handled, basically. And Luca Crisafino, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, kind of gave Tony D'Angelo some legal advice about his title match. And so Adriana kind of had some hoops on during the match. She did pull them off. But I don't. I don't know how. They were both to me just feel very green, and that was very obvious for me. It was just like maybe they should have been on Level Up or something because I don't know. Like Adriana showed that she could be a little tough, but she was basically kind of outmatched, and Jada was able to get her down with a clothesline. I just like I get that this NXT is for development, and that's fine, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like there was parts where Jada looked a bit like she was struggling a little bit with trying to hold her offense, and then with that regard, I think Adriana even worse. I just felt like she had some good things that seemed like she can solve certain things, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how to do this going forward. But I'm just like, I guess I definitely think they should have been like a Level Up show, in regard to before they put them in NXT because I'm like, oh, see, I don't get to see Level Up, and so if I see a Level Up, I'm like, oh, okay, I may not see it. So if it's not great, I'll be like, I won't know. But when you watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. But what were your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, for me, this match was a little bit lackluster. I think, they both are still in that early stage of like, figuring out who they are in between the ropes, which is fine. So, and I'm willing to give them that grace. Rizzo, I'm still I'm trying to get to a place where I'm vibing with her. But right now I'm not all the way there. But I don't hate her. I'm just not I haven't been gripped up by her yet. I need her to grip me up. Grip me up the way Jada has gripped me up because I love Jada. she has so much presence and she's so good at talking. She just once she gets the in ring together, it's pretty much it's a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap. Like she has it all, honestly. And once I found out she was an Aquarius, I was like, period. Okay, I'm sorry. I love me my Aquarius girls. Okay, I love it. The part where she said she want to play. Oh my god, I lost it. I love her. I just love her. When she get the in-ring together, it's over. I'm telling you, it's really over for y'all, and y'all don't understand. You think I'm playing when I say this, but it's definitely over.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I like I said, I just this is definitely just a match that should have been, like I said, not on NXT necessarily, but whatever. Yeah, well, characters fine, but you gotta have something. Everybody can't like, but there's a lot of people I don't really like the heck supposedly characters. People like I just personally, you gotta kind of hopefully try to have the whole package. Try. People are a lot harder to win anyway in general. So the next matchup we had was between Carmelo and Joe Gacy. We haven't really seen wrestle in a little bit, so uh, Dijak, I guess this part. So Dijak started the film from like last week, and then kind of saw it and like slammed his laptop down angrily, and so Joe Gacy's entrance to this was like it was filmed like upside down and then flipped a bit, and it kind of got close to his face. I do think like during this matchup, both it seemed like the crowd was kind of cheering for them both, even with Carmelo saying what he said last time. It seems like he was getting some kind of support from some of the audience, and so Carmelo mocked Joe Gacy during this, and then Joe would like headbutt him and then roll under the ring, and then like a top suicida. Yeah, a top. I think so. That's what it's called. Uh, and so Joe Gacy, I feel like it was alright. It was not terrible necessarily. Um, I don't really know how we got this matchup. To be fair, I just feel like I'm like alright. And while it seemed like Joe's extraness that he's been doing over the last few weeks is finally seeming to warm up to the crowd, um, Carmelo would reverse the upside down into a double knee face buster and nothing but net to win this match. So he did win the match. And then after that, Dijak would come and beat up Joe Gacy and then put him in a straight jacket. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess. Nah, I mean, see, you can't just be throwing things in there all willy nilly and then I'm gonna like it. Like, it doesn't make some sense. If people do it doesn't make sense, I'm like, I will never watch you again because don't do shenanigans like this. Like, let me be impressed. But I guess if he's supposed to be acting crazy, I guess it makes sense that it'd be somewhat upside down. But what are your thoughts on this matchup? Oh, well, dude, just to say, thank you for popping up during your job. That's awesome. I feel special. We feel special. That you popped in during work, and we appreciate the support, dude. And have a good time. Well, it's work. I don't know how much of a good time you can have, but hopefully it's safe time at work and you get home safe and all that stuff. But yes, that's what it was. So yeah, what were your thoughts on this matchup?
This was like my second favorite match of the night. It would have been my favorite if the main event didn't happen. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I really enjoyed this match. I feel like it was good for Joe. Just I feel like a lot of times like his character work is so I think he's really good with the character work. He's so locked in when it comes to that stuff. Like I admire that about Joe Gacy is he's so committed to his character that sometimes the fact that he's a really, really good in-ring performer gets lost in the shuffle because his character is so big and people focus more on that. So it was really nice to kind of like just see him there, just get his time in the ring. Fun match. The right person definitely won because Carmelo got to look good. He got to look strong as he should. That was a fun match, and I really, really enjoyed it. Dijak, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, I don't even know who to feel bad for because Joe is definitely harassing Dijak, but at the same time, why would you do that? I don't know, because why you put him in a straitjacket? Why you beating him up in a straitjacket? You can't fight him without his hands being free? You can't duke it out like that? I just want to know. That's all I want to know, Dijak. Like, I really, really do. And next week, when you sit in your dark room, I would like a PowerPoint presentation for you to explain why you felt like you need to go that route. I really, really would appreciate it, honestly.
Yeah, you know how I feel about Dijector, so you know how I feel about him. But yeah, I agree with regard to Joe. I do think he's really embodying him being a little crazed. Uh, so this then leads us into another segment with Oba Femi, and so he comes out and basically puts over Dragon Lee. Uh, and in that time, Lex King will come out and challenge Oba, and then he agreed apparently to take him on next week. Uh, and then Lex just tried, to do something, but Oba quickly shut that down really quickly. Um, what can you do? Like, I guess we'll see. I do think Oba's getting better with promos. Every week he's getting a little bit better with that, and that's good. I don't know how I feel about him yet. You know, I guess I feel like with Lexus is because like I do love his entrance, but I feel like I don't really know what to do with him, and so because of that, it's like I feel like he's kind of here, you know, when it comes to the stuff he's involved in. I feel like it's like he gets kind of lost in the shuffle, even if he's involved in something, because they don't really know where to put his character necessarily. So that's unfortunate. So I guess just to amplify actually, so there was a package that showed and talking about like the evil of human nature. And so I guess we'll see who that person is coming up. And then Brooks Jensen did start a brawl with Josh about his comments last week, but Eva will tell them to settle it in the ring. So what were your thoughts on the match, but also on those segments?
So Oba is like, he kind of like has it. I feel like he has it. I feel like he caught on really, really quickly, and I'm shook. I'm shook to my core. And I just now I feel like I have to back him. I really do. I was upset what he did to Dragon. I do love Dragon, but I cannot deny the guy. I cannot deny him. He's catching on so quickly, and the match he had with Dragon was actually very, very fun. Like, they both put in the same amount of effort. So I'm just very sold on him. In terms of Lexus, I feel like he does get lost in the shuffle. Like, you hit it on the nail. Like, he gets like added as an extra addition to other people's storylines. Like, that's why you'll see him having stuff kind of interacting with Chase U, then he's interacting with Oba, then he's interacting with Carmelo. Like, he just all over the place, but he doesn't have his own interactions, like his own thing going on. So I definitely get that, and I would like for that to change because I find him to be so funny. He's so funny. He just comes up and he's just being so obnoxious. He's so good at being obnoxious. Like, he's just such a good heel. And I'm really pulling for him. So I want them to get it together. And I love that he stood on business. Yes, Oba is scary, and I would not be doing that. Nope, not me. Not be doing it. Nope. So you know what, Lexus? I got to give you your tens because you stood on business, whether you was going to win that fight or not. I respect it. Now, what was the segment after that? Because I was talking about that too long.
Recently, Jensen and Josh got into Brooks and Josh got into a bit of an altercation, and Eva told them, "Got to settle it in the ring."
That's what I'm talking about, Jensen. Start swinging on the yeehaw people because they really are trying you. I was screaming in my room. I said, "Babe, babe, because you know what? What he did last week, what Josh did last week was so rude and unnecessary. Why are you gripping him up like that? He literally just said he misses y'all. How is that your response to someone saying they miss you? You deserve to get beat up. So, Jensen, I really hope you bring your heaviest boots and get to stomping. Bring your tightest jeans and get to stomping. Bring your sturdiest belt and get to whooping. Seriously. I don't lose. I'm telling you, don't lose and wear your best shirt because that was disrespectful. And Fallon, girl, don't play. I swear to you, girl, if I see you try to come out and make it about you, I'm gonna lose it. Listen, everybody better play the game right next week. Play it right next week because I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, no, she better not. Y'all know hype about Fallon. She better just sit in the back and watch like us. Like, don't play with me. Oh no, George. Well, I am sorry. I'm glad you're home. Uh, I'm glad you're home. I'm sorry about your diagnosis, but hopefully, going forward, everything will be better. Sorry to hear that, but thank you for popping on anyway. You guys are like so awesome. Yeah, y'all just be. If I was in the hospital, y'all wouldn't see me personally. Like, sorry guys, vibes, but thank you. We appreciate that, and I hope you feel better and you get the rest and everything you need to do for that. I will never, Jeffrey, leave Fallon alone.
We love you, George. This is good.
We do. I will never leave Fallon alone. I will always, if Fallon doesn't have a hater, something happened to me. Those are the vibes. If haters are gone, Katrina has left the premises. Something's wrong. She's somebody who just irks my soul. And so, not to the level of certain people, but definitely irking the soul. That made me think of Steph. She loves saying this so real time. That's such a Stephanie thing to say. This brings us to our next matchup: Brindley Reese versus Kiana James, who was accompanied by Izzy Dame, and so not bad, not bad. Brindley did prepare for the match against with Carmen Petrovic and Kalani, but then Lash Legend Jakara will come and mock them. And I think Izzy kind of being there kind of helped, kind of shift a little bit of the way this is working because I felt like it kind of helped Kiana in that aspect. I did find it a little strange that with everything that was happening, you would think that Kalani would have came maybe to help. It was supposed to be a homie, but I guess not. But anyway, with that being said, Kiana did get a bit cocky kind of early in this, and then this allowed some Brindley to kind of get some good offense in. But again, it was all right because this was basically like another squash match. Kiana would do a 401k in a bankruptcy to win this match. And so it was like I thought Brindley got more of the offense in eventually, but Kiana, I guess, being the one who's a little bit less new. It's kind of like a similar thing we've seen with NXT sometimes, where it seems like somebody would do all the work and then they still lose. So I don't know. It was alright. It wasn't bad. I do think, she looked. I thought Brindley looked pretty solid, but I'm kind of wanting this to see where they're gonna go with Kiana. I mean, I like Kiana, like being involved in matches, but I want them to give her like a story. The last story she was really in was the whole thing with, Jensen and stuff. And so, can we please, for the love of God, just change it up? Just saying, like put her in something that's not just her being petty female, whatever. Petty lady. In that regard. And then after there was a segment where Malik and Idris kind of argued about how they was gonna make Brinley feel better after her loss, but she seemed okay and said she would just practice more to win the next time, so it wasn't, I guess, bad. What were your thoughts on this matchup?
I mean, I thought it was a pretty solid, decent match. Like I feel like it was meant to kind of give Brinley that time to kind of show what she's got, and she definitely was showing. I like her. I just like her energy. Yes, she is. That's Thea's cousin, but it's okay. I'm willing to deal with it. Um, that y'all literally are having like the same character. It's like the same character. It really does seem like the same character to me, but I'm willing to deal with it because I do like them, and I think that she brings a lot. I Kiana, she's one of those people I really would love if she beat Lyra for the title, I would not be upset. 100%. I think she has been such a dark horse MVP for the NXT women's division and doesn't get enough credit for how solid she actually is. Like character, mic, look, in ring. The girl is it. And Izzy Dean, I love her. I love her. I really do, and I loved her outfit. Very TLC creep vibes. It was giving me everything I was looking for. Is what I'm saying. And then Brinley with the stuff with Idris and Malik. I don't know. I feel like I don't know where it's going because it seems like Malik is very open to what Brinley is saying, but Idris is not. So is there like possible dissension there? Is there a possible breakup that could be on the horizon? Who knows? Or maybe Brinley will fix everything. Who knows? I don't know where this is going, but I'm intrigued, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely with a lot of no, I feel like not right now. If she ends up in Trishu because like you got JC there, and I just don't trust JC. And just feel after all the stuff that was going on with Andre, do you want to be in a school where this could happen? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm okay with her. I like I said, I do think she needs to certain things need to tighten up, but she's definitely gotten better. She definitely from when we first saw her till now, she's definitely better with in ring stuff, but also even working background segments or whatever. And so anyway, listen, I didn't do it. I'm just saying, you better go ask Sean what he doing. You better send him a tweet. You better send him a tweet. Um, Y'all gonna stop me wanting stuff. I'm tell you what I want. I want people not to be doing shenanigans. That's what I want every time. That's a very long hashtag to make. I can't say all that in hashtag, but that's what I want. This now leads to the final match of the night, which was the NXT Tag Team Championships between the Family versus the Wolf Dog. And so I'll be honest, I felt like this is what it was leading us up to. So before Baron tried to get Braun Breaker focused on the match and said that after he will call the team the Wolf Dogs once, if they won. The audience was definitely into it, definitely saying NXT and this is awesome. And I was pleasantly surprised that Tony D'Angelo seemed to be somebody who was kind of semi able to, you know, with overwhelming Braun to an extent. He was able to catch him mid-air with a spine buster. I thought was pretty solid. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sneezing. There was also, a back-to-back like elevated cutters from both Baron and Braun. I thought was like pretty cool. I thought that the chemistry it seems to be getting better between them. I really don't like Baron Corbin. And then there was also a moment where there was like a bunch of clothesline, everybody went to the floor, and then Tony would send Baron into the steel steps as he should. And then Braun to the announce table as he should, just a principle because you're tagging with Baron. But for me, this was probably my favorite match of the night, just because it just had some solid in ring work between them. It seemed that Baron was like excited about possibly winning the gold, and he wound up setting up Braun to do his spear to Shannon Stacks Lorenzo for the victory. and they would now become the new tag team NXT champions. And so, I think we're gonna still get some cool stuff. At least I'm hoping with the family, but especially with them trying to focus Adriana Rizzo in this. Um, I just saw that. But yeah, it's obviously they're gonna do some stuff with them, and I guess Baron unfortunately will not be on my TV anymore because he's a champion now, and so now I am forced to see him on my TV more than I should, and I'm not happy about that. You put Braun with this person. I'm not gonna be negative about Braun because I don't like Baron. I don't like those kind of vibes. But otherwise, I do think this was a really fantastic match. While the rest of the show, I was like, this one did what it needed to do. And so that made up for the rest of the show, where Sean almost got a tweet like, "Bro, what's happening today? What's happening this week? Is this a bye week? You know how bad the NBA teams get that bye week before the finals, whatever. Is this a bye week, or are we not on the same level of, you know?" But yes, what were your thoughts on this matchup?
They ate that. I loved it. This was my favorite match. Like I said earlier, I think the Carmelo Joe Gacy match was like my second favorite. It would have been my favorite of the night if not for this main event. They went in. Tony was like, "I heard y'all been talking crap," because he was whooping. He was whooping in this match. He was not playing with nobody. Everyone catching Spinebuster. Come here. He was not playing. I was scared he was gonna start spine bustering the audience the way he was just handing them hoes out. I thought he was going to do it to Stacks at one point. He threw Stacks at one point. He was putting hands on everybody in that ring. Tony was not playing because he heard y'all talking bad about him. He heard y'all talking bad about him, and he said, "Listen, watch this." I loved it. But at the end of the day, I felt like the family's reign with the tag titles has been a little lackluster. Like, I feel like a lot of times I was forgetting that they were even the champions. So I feel like this is a better switch. And, maybe the family can kind of hit the reset button, because I remember I used to be so excited always with the family, but I feel like the storylines for me haven't been hitting how they used to. And so it's just kind of like, it wasn't right. So I'm excited to see what this new tag team can bring to the tag division right now, because again, I wasn't really feeling that reign as much. Braun, I'm always stick beside you. Even though I was mad when you threw Finn out of the Royal Rumble, I was very upset. I was upset for 2 days, 2 business days. It was very hard for me, but we got through it. You're not in the doghouse anymore, so we're good. So I'm happy. And one time for the Wolf Dogs, I gotta. My best bark.
She said 2 business days. 2 business days is not too bad because that means the anger lasted maybe from like a Monday to a Tuesday, like a Tuesday to a Wednesday. This is weekend days. That might be a little bit more intense because you're chilling on the weekend. You're resting. So no, and let's be fair. There's some people I will always be upset about, like Baron being on my screen. But whatever. I'm gonna always be upset about that. Okay, to the end. So I feel like 2 days pretty late, personally. Pretty late. I can hold mine a lot longer, to be fair. But yeah, I definitely. I mean, while I didn't necessarily, feel upset to your regard about Finn, I'm more upset that he's really. Yeah, I don't want me to bark. My bark is going to sound like a chihuahua who might need some sleep or might have drunk some caffeine by accident. It's going to be like woof, and that's not the vibes I want. I don't want those vibes. That don't sound like a little wolf. Like when I'm not dead to myself. That's how it's going to sound. Animal sounds are not my forte. I'll stick to writing. That's where I'm at. But with that being said, my beef with Braun is what he's with Barrett. That's my beef. I'm gonna be upset about this until he breaks him up. Break it up. And until then, upsetness. And it is all the business days that it needs until they break up. So that's even worse than 2 days. See, I'm trying to tell you, I don't want me to bark. Like, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be like literally like when you read in a book and it's wolf. That's how it's gonna sound. Like, like that. Like I'm like 5, trying to be like wolf. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, guys. But yes, um, I would never join. I would never, ever. Um, Sadly, I am because here we are still. Baron's now champion. I'm like, oh, and why are they gonna show him a lot because of this? Why gotta give my Dragunov in little bits and pieces? I'm gonna see him often, and that makes me feel rage. So, not really. Well, maybe I'm lying. Like, I'm not happy about it. But yes, that guys, the end of our NXT recap, which was again they saved it by that last match. I was like, all right, Sean, because I don't know, I'm just gonna tweet. I'll have to call him like, listen here, Michael, get that together. But as always, guys, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, even the ones. George and I probably should figure out your name, guy. Hold on, sorry. Heidi Ho. Okay. I came in on a new week. Um, I'm trying to be calm this week. I'm definitely lying about that because I got sent like 5 Cody Rhodes things in the last 10 minutes. I'm thinking it's an emergency and it's people doing shit. And so, y'all get the calm rant for right now. Appreciate you. You get the for right now because afterwards, now I have to talk smack this person sent me this. I was like, oh, you've been trying to be funny. So anyway, we love you guys and thank you guys for popping on. Even the ones who came out of like you at work, you at the hospital, y'all love us and we truly appreciate you guys for that. Shay, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me as Shay Sawyer was here on Instagram. You can also find me talking about nothing, mostly Love Island on Shay Sawyer _ on Twitter. That's it. Okay. You can also catch my podcast. I have a new episode that just came out this past Monday, the Big Pop Theory podcast. Spotify, Apple, Google. So you can find us. We're working on getting more YouTube stuff, more, physical media, you know what I mean? Whatever. And you can also catch me this coming Saturday for the Collision review show on Unpopular Review. That's directly after the show. So, you don't have to wait too long, like 15 minutes maybe, Yeah. Then you can catch me right back here with this lovely, beautiful, amazing human being. Is this the right side? I'm going to do it the right side. Okay, good.
As for me, you can catch me obviously on Tuesdays for the Meta-Two AfterShow with me, my twin. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. It's really sweet. On Wednesdays, tomorrow, I will be with Stephanie on our respective channels talking about WoW. I did just release a new interview with Dolly Darko, fellow New Yorker, but super awesome chat. I appreciate that. So check that out if you can. I will be having some other interviews coming out this week, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe Friday. I think there's a new interview with somebody who's going to be super awesome. But yes, that is, and obviously check like the website WWT for articles and all that good stuff. I have been a bit delayed with a lot of stuff because again, I'm a mama who is busy. But as always, guys, truly thank you for watching us every Tuesday, and hopefully next week. Thank you, Jeffrey, as well. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys as well. Even if you're single or not, whatever the vibes are, you can still get yourself some candies and some flowers and all that good stuff. Love yourself, okay? It's fine. So I'm going to tell you otherwise, guys. But we love you guys, and